Hey guys, what's going on? Jebb here, and in today's video, I want to give you my long-term price prediction on Bitcoin. I'm going to be talking about where I personally believe that Bitcoin is going to be headed to at the top of this bull market. Everybody's been asking me, Jebb, where do you think Bitcoin is going? So I want to set the record straight in this video, so we're going to be jumping onto the chart here in just a second. If you do enjoy today's video, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. But without much further ado, guys, let's go ahead and dive right on into it. All right, guys, well, let's go ahead and start here on the Bitcoin chart. As you guys know, Bitcoin has been having this sort of rounded top formation on Bitcoin over the last several months. Ever since 2021 began, Bitcoin's rally has been slowing down, and now it seems to have reversed. Now, of course, I'm pre-recording this because I'm out of town, so I can't tell you exactly what's going on down here, but that's not the point. Whether or not Bitcoin goes up or down out of that bear pennant that was formed last Friday doesn't really matter because the long-term technicals are based on the long-term fundamentals. For example, guys, we saw news break last week that Apple looks like it might be stepping into the cryptocurrency space by attempting to hire a cryptocurrency manager with cryptocurrency experience. That is one of many pieces of news that are leading us to believe here at the channel that we're going to see an heavily increasing price action on Bitcoin and its cryptocurrency compadres because of that increased institutional interest. Guys, I want to reiterate a point that someone made on Around the Blockchain a couple of weeks ago, and that was this. Bitcoin, actually Max Wright from Contrarian Dude said this, it takes a very long time for institutions and large corporations to get into Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. For these major organizations to figure out custody, figure out purchasing, getting the whole board and executive team understanding cryptocurrency can take 6 to 12 months. Getting these major institutions in on anything can take a while. We're seeing the exact same thing happen right now, where a lot of institutions learned about cryptocurrency back in February when Michael Saylor got a bunch of industry executives in the same room and taught them Bitcoin, and now a lot of those companies that were going to move into Bitcoin and cryptocurrency probably are. And by the way, many companies like Facebook or Walmart or Apple that a lot of people want to be buying Bitcoin may have already done it this quarter, but don't have to disclose it until the end of the quarter. It would make a lot of sense for some of these companies to buy at the beginning of the quarter, knowing full well that they're going to have 3 months before they have to disclose that in their quarterly earnings call. It is possible, although not confirmed, obviously, and this is pure speculation, that some of these companies are already in. But with that said, let's go ahead and look at the chart here because Bitcoin's long-term price action is also cyclical and determined by long-term trends. Bitcoin is in a small corrective movement right now. I say small because if we look out here with context, you guys can tell that Bitcoin pulling back like this is very common during the history of Bitcoin. I'll give you an example. Notice this pullback right here in 2013. Bitcoin was in a major bull market, but during this pullback, it pulled back quite a bit. If we measure this, you will be able to see Bitcoin pulled back 72% in the span of 100 days. This current pullback that we are in right now has only lasted roughly 14 days and is only roughly 50% deep. That is deeper than we normally see during bull markets, but also understand we only have 2 bull markets worth of data to go off of. So we can't just say, oh, well, Bitcoin's never done this before. Well, we don't have 10 or 20 cycles of data like we do on something like MACD crosses or 20 daily exponential moving average bounces. We only have 2. So to say Bitcoin is corrected more than it normally does, head for the hills, doesn't capture the full picture. I think Bitcoin is still very bullish, and I think this bull market is absolutely going to continue. So with that said, where might it go? During the previous bull market on Bitcoin, we saw Bitcoin rally from $2, during the first bull market, we saw Bitcoin rally from $2 to $1,200. That was a roughly 60 to 70,000% rally. During the next bull market in 2016 to 17, when I got into the space, Bitcoin rallied roughly 11,000%. Notice that it's decreasing. It's gone down 5x. This bull market, on the other hand, has rallied 1,500%, and if it rallied anything close to what the previous bull market did, we should end up between $100,000 and $300,000 at the end of this bull market. So now we're narrowing in on where Bitcoin might be headed. Well, let's go ahead and jump on over to CoinMarketCap because there is a very important number that we need to be looking at, and it's a $2 trillion market cap. $1 trillion for Bitcoin has already been breached. That's roughly $50,000 to $55,000. $2 trillion sits up around $100,000 to $125,000, which, by the way, is exactly what Stock to Flow is predicting for Bitcoin to go from $100,000 to $120,000. So I'm going to be honest with you guys, where I see Bitcoin going next is anywhere between $100,000 and $120,000 before this bull cycle is over. In fact, I think it could go much higher than that, but that is what I can see based off of current technicals. Quite frankly, I think Bitcoin and all of cryptocurrency could easily go to $5 trillion, which would likely be pushing towards $200,000 a coin for Bitcoin. Bitcoin. I would love to hear what your thoughts are on this in the comment section down below. Tell me in the chat and in the comment section, what price do you think that Bitcoin is going to, and when do you think it's going to happen? I think this bull market is probably going to last another 12 months or so and rally through the end of next summer, being driven by retail hype that we really haven't seen a lot of just yet, and also being driven by major institutions and corporations stepping into the space as the cryptocurrency market finally matures into a real, tangible market that no one can doubt is the future of finance. Tell me what you think about that in the chat and in the comment section down below. Make sure to like the video if you haven't already, and subscribe to the channel for more content. Make sure to follow us on Instagram and Twitter, and also TikTok. It's Crypto Jebb over on Instagram and Twitter, and at Crypto Jebb Official on TikTok. We're posting a lot of content over there. You're not going to want to miss it. But anyway, guys, that is going to wrap it out for today's video. Before I go, though, I do just first want to thank each and every single last one of you for watching, as always. And I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.